Hey everyone, it's Brent Johnson here from the Milkshakes, Markets, and Madness pod. Just wanted to touch base, and I just sent out this chart, and I thought we've talked about it on the show a few times, so I just wanted to highlight it. It's basically a chart of the S&P 500 year to date, and we've talked about how at the beginning of the year we thought there would be a rally because everybody was so bearish, and then we would potentially get a sell-off, and we did. But then we've had a furious rally since then, and what we've often talked about is how since the end of January, since that initial jump higher, that the market has gone violently sideways. And that's what we see here. We had about an 8 to 9, maybe a 10% rally in January. We had a hard sell-off into the early part of March, which basically got us back to slightly negative for the year. That was when all the banking issues were happening. But since then, we've had a furious rally back to almost to the highs. And so it's not just that volatility that stands out to me. But when you look at the individual days, these are individual candle charts, and you look at the wicks on each of the individual candle charts, and you see them, there's these big wicks, both to the upside and to the downside. So not only has there been big intra-year swings, there have been a number of very large intraday swings. And I think this is the type of environment where you really need to have some kind of a plan, some kind of an overall strategy, or some kind of a long-term narrative that helps you keep on the path and keep to your strategy. Because if you are trying to trade headline to headline in this type of an environment, you will just get cut to ribbons. And so if you don't have some kind of a North Star, some kind of a path, something that kind of brings you back to your center of gravity and helps you understand the world, and you're instead just trying to trade based on this note or that note or this tweet or that headline, I think that's a recipe for disaster. So, whenever you hear somebody talk about using a roadmap or using a narrative to keep you on the path, and if somebody says that's not a good thing to have, you shouldn't have a narrative, I would strongly disagree. And I think this chart here does a very good job of explaining why that's important. And the last thing I'll say, and we've talked about this on the show a number of times, it's not that you can't make money in this type of environment. You absolutely can make money in this type of environment. And perhaps we'll break out to the top of this band and go even higher. But it's in this type of an environment where we've got a number of problems out there. The market's very schizophrenic, can't really get a strong trend in either direction, where you can also experience very strong downturns and drawdowns. And then the best way to make money over long periods of time is to escape the drawdowns and go with the trend over time. And so I think that's what we wanted to highlight here. Just thought I would point this out to you, and we can discuss it again on one of the future shows. All right, thanks for tuning in.